Hey everybody, welcome back to Dragonborn Industries, where we are adding more stuff to the 1K subscriber giveaway. The next additions to the prize pool have come from Loki Battle Mats, and as you can see, there's already a large amount of stuff here, and there's only a few days left to enter on the video, link in the description below. But Loki Battle Mats have sent out the big box of dungeon doors and tricks and traps, so let's have a look at what's inside those. So let's have a look inside these two products. So the big box of dungeon doors are acrylic tokens with that that really cool Loki Battle Mats art for each individual door. These are stand up, so they're not lie flat ones. You literally get bases, which I'll show you in a minute. You stand them on the bases and they are solid. And you can use those to elevate your battle maps, but also to show players where doors are, where traps are, which is really, really cool. So inside you get the 40 doors, and we can see there from square top doors, arch doors, prison doors, ones made of wood, stone, metal, some double doors, some arcane doors, a mimic door down here, which I think is very cool. And they are all 2-inch high by 1 or 2 inch wide, and each one's got its own unique design. So very, very, very awesome stuff. Let's show you how they work. And grab, oh, I've not opened this yet, out a door. So let's grab that mimic door, because who doesn't love a mimic? So you get the standard door, just there, and then you get the mimic, which is not just a good door, it's a good encounter. So you're getting a little bit extra with that one. These little pucks, these bases, they just pop into there, and you have a standing door, which works really well. I'm going to leave that one attached when you have things like tricks and traps, and I'll show you one of those doors on one of the maps in here. So tricks and traps is tokens for RPG battle maps like the Loki Battle Map books. And they have many things in there to bring adventures, traps, obstacles all to life and give you a variation in things that you are doing or on your tables. So these are cutout tokens, but we can see here that one side will be something like a roof, and then inside you will have the building itself. And when you've got things like the dungeon doors, you could put those on there, and all of a sudden your battle maps that you're putting your minis down on then becomes even more 3D when your players are not just coming across a gap here that you're saying, oh, there's a door. You can physically show them, no, there's a door there, which I really, really like. I think it becomes more immersive for the players, and it gets them to think about the map in more detail. But inside tricks and traps, you are going to get these double-sided cutout tokens, which, again, I really like this one with the buildings, where on the other side it is ruins. And it's going to have things in there like they could walk into this puzzle room. You have it down that way, then all of a sudden these glyphs light up. All white clean mats, so you can draw on it as well. You've got things like traps and encounters, different magical circles, treasures. Again, more buildings over here. And get through these ones to get more individual rooms, which you can cut out and then have them as an individual dungeon, or you could have them as part of a town. And again, it's going to save you a lot of space if you're a GM that travels to do your GMing. Having something like this is going to be very, very useful. I mean, that's an entire tavern, which I really like. We've also got exterior maps as well, so things to add to your wilderness encounters. So if you are using any of the wilderness but Loki Battle Map books, or flat maps, or even just the standard white clean battle maps that you get, I think, from Paizo and from other companies, these are going to be really good on things like that to bring a level of immersion and storytelling to your games without needing to carry around massive bits of terrain, scatter, anything that is too bulky or possibly going to break. This stuff is going to really give you that flexibility of being able to travel and also tell different stories with being able to draw on it and change things up. Crates, I like that they've got the crates on fire. That's a big one for me, because I've had loads of encounters where people are in storage rooms, warehouses, and then all of a sudden a trap goes off, a fireball, a flaming arrow, and all of a sudden the place is on fire. I also really like this one where there's a creature in it. Got more traps over here with things like sewer entranceways, fires, suits of armor, electricity, this big open moor again, a pitfall. And again, on the other side of them, they are just regular tiles. So again, you can set out a dungeon and then be like, ah ha ha, boom, there's your trap. And it doesn't have to be on each one. You can just choose which you want. I really like the big pitfall. That's a nice obstacle, especially having something larger that maybe something has flown out of, or something is dug, or something they can then go down and explore. And again, all highly detailed, all have this like 1-inch pattern on them as well, so you can see where your minis are going to go. Going to work within most ttrpg systems. Again, more traps on there, and just more dungeon tiles, and we can't go wrong with dungeon tiles. More obstacles. I like the ruins. I really like that. Again, we've got things like pools of water or acid, arcane circles and runes, more traps, stairwells, spider webs. Yeah, very versatile stuff. I like this one that's got things like the desk in there and the chairs as well as the beds. That's going to allow you to populate things like dungeons. And I think what I like from this is this makes me want to do a Delicious in Dungeon style Mad Mage crawl, and then start populating a dungeon with all these traps, all these lovely corridors. Yeah, and I like these large rooms as well, where, again, you've got these big pitfalls on the other side. So that is... should turn that one back over. Tricks and traps, and the big box of dungeon doors, which have been donated from Loke Battlemats, who, if you haven't seen any of our shows, and you haven't seen things like the Deck of Many Insults, along with other things that we've used, like battle maps or little bits of terrain, then you really, really should check them out. They are an absolutely incredible company. They're really lovely people, and we're very grateful that they have donated these to the prize pool that you can see next to me, that we're going to be sending off to one of you. There is, like I say, only a few days left. Forgive the noises, I put this away. I really just wanted to go away nicely. To win all of this stuff. So I think the date as of now is the 24th. This competition will close on the 30th. So you only have another 6 days to enter. The link to that video will be in the description below. Also, there will be a link to the website for Loke Battlemats, so that you can go and see all of the products that they do in their range, and some of the products that we use as a channel, along with things like tricks and traps, and this big box of dungeon doors. Thank you so much, Loke Battlemats, for donating to our 1K subscriber giveaway. We are very, very grateful to you and to all of the companies so far that have offered us up prizes for this, which is mind-blowing to me still that people have wanted to take part. So thank you so much. Guys, go take part. Hopefully this will be going to one of you. I'm going to stop stumbling over my words now. May the dice gods be ever in your favour. See you around.